first is we'll understand what is a protected area as per the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Okay, so as per this, it has only 4 categories of protected area, and surprisingly, it does not contain biosphere reserves that you must have observed. One reason probably could be that this was 1972. The biosphere reserve concept itself came in the 1980s. Okay, so it has only 4 categories of protected areas: national park, wildlife sanctuaries, conservation reserves, and community reserves. Conservation reserves and community reserves. It also includes tiger reserves as a protected area, but it is not explicitly mentioned. Yeah, it is not explicitly mentioned as a protected area, but tiger reserves are also protected areas. Now, as you can see, there are a lot of overlapping terms. We just studied biosphere reserves. Let's say I have a national park here. Okay, national park. I have a wildlife sanctuary, which can come very close, or it can even touch a national park. Okay. Now, between the national park and wildlife sanctuary, there is one particular corridor in which the tigers roam. Yeah, so the tiger roams in this entire wildlife sanctuary, roams in this area. It can also go into the national park. A biosphere reserve can be something like this. Means it can include a national park partly or fully. It can include a tiger reserve partly or fully. It can include a wildlife sanctuary partly or fully. It can include 2 or more national parks also. So I want you to understand that it's not that biosphere reserve means it's एकदम separate and tiger reserve is separate, national park is separate. No, there is a lot of overlap between. That's why I want you, how much however dirtly I have drawn, but I want you to remember this. Yeah, so this big circle is your biosphere reserve. It's your biosphere reserve. The biosphere reserve can encompass a national park, it can encompass a tiger reserve, it can encompass a wildlife sanctuary, and all of it can encompass more than one. Okay, 2 tiger reserves, 1 national park, 2 wildlife sanctuaries, all is possible. So biosphere reserve in terms of area is very large. Okay, great. So this is one definition of protected area, the Wildlife Protection Act. The second type of protected area is the IUCN classification. IUCN is International Union for Conservation of Nature. We will study about IUCN when we talk about the various categories of endangered species. Okay, so under IUCN classification, you have national. So IUCN has included biosphere reserves because it is more international. So there must have been some countries which had biosphere reserves. So it includes biosphere reserve. It also includes reserve forest and protected forest. It also includes conservation and community reserve. So clearly, the number of areas included under IUCN is more than the number of areas included under Wildlife Protection Act. It's simply a perception at a worldwide level because they have a different perception because they have more countries to look at. So they have included more categories of areas under the protected areas. In India, we have a fairly narrow definition. It does not include even a biosphere reserve, but includes 4 plus 1 area under